Now, given the fact that this airplane isn't really going to take a huge amount of pressure like a larger one will, I don't have to put near strengthening, but it is good to have some strength in there. This is a critical spot, mostly in case my students crash it more than anything. Foam tapes, just purchase it at the hardware store. It's used for sheetrock. It's a seam tape for putting up perfa tape. Now, once I've got it at that point, now I need a strip paper. I want it to, doesn't have to be perfectly straight here, but this one's one that will be seen possibly, so cut it, make it a little nicer, make it a little wider, but got two of them. We're going to put them together with white glue like we did the last time. This time, however, because we're in a different situation, we want our white glue just a little stiffer. So we're going to go ahead and do the top piece first. Put our glue on just a little thicker. It needs to actually fill in around the tape. We don't want to kick the tape loose when we're doing this. I'm also not going to add glue to the paper this time. I'm going to let it absorb it because I want it to come out relatively quick. Tack. Put it down. Let's see, it covers that quite well. Got a few air bubbles in it, but as it starts to absorb the moisture, paper becomes more flexible. And that's tacked. It doesn't take long at all. Now that valley is going to be hidden. Want to make sure that you get out far enough past the sides. Wrap that around. If you get a little wrinkle or two in it, it is not a big deal. This stuff will sand right off. There's just nothing you can do about some of them. You want to keep them at a minimum if at all possible, mostly for strength's sake. Because the instant you cut that paper, you've removed the strength of what you had. Okay, now we're going to push that back. Now because of the dihedral, you've got an issue with it wrapping there and creating a small problem, but that'll go away here in just a second. Because the bottom is the part that needs the most strength. I'm going to put a double wrap right on that little segment. There again, you got to overlap the outer edges. Cover up those wrinkles that I've got. And if it's a bulge later on that's offensive, I can sand it off. I don't need that there. I don't necessarily want to wrap it back up around there, but I could. Maybe I will. Small amount of glue on the back side. Wrap it up around, add strength, terminates that other upper one. Now that segment's going to be up under the body. Fuselage. And that's done. That wing is complete. All I've got to do now is paint the wing. Put my ailerons on, put my wood tips on the outer edge. A lot more work than I would regularly go for a student plane. It does show you how to make these things. Next time you see that wing, that'll be dry. I'll have it painted and I'll have my ailerons put on.